Guess what today is, boys and girls? It is garage day. Time to finish up Project YFZ. Pay no attention to that just for a second. This is what we're going to work on today. Project YFZ, we finally got the head from B&R. Huge thanks to B&R Motorsports. I will leave all his information in the description. Fresh port job, cams, clean this thing right up, +1 valves. This thing is going to be a beast. Pretty much the same package I had last year. We got our new cylinder. We got our Vertex piston, high compression, 13.5:1. And you guys have already seen this in the previous video, so it's just a matter of getting the top end done. And then I do have to order a clutch. I'm going to do that soon. And this is for the new build. So this is the practice bike rebuild. You guys probably have been seeing pictures of it on social media, TikTok and all that good stuff. So this was the engine. We just tore it down. We tore down the engine. We need to send that to B&R for freshening up and a service. But once this engine's done, we are going to get right into this thing and start rebuilding this thing. So we got a lot to do, guys. And once we get this to a certain point, we are going to start building the new quad. So we got 2 quads, 2 engines, a lot to do. You guys can see all the parts for the practice bike right here. We have to send the shocks out, get those serviced. Those are already in here. Those go to B&R. We got some stuff to send to Herb Willis at Sport Bike Powder Coating. Just like some little fender brackets, we're going to send those out to him. Get those freshened up. We actually have 2 sets. We have that set. We have a set for the new bike. So lots to do. But today's video is Project YFZ, the final part. Let's go. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get this thing wrapped up. Start with the base gasket, and we'll get the piston on, and the cylinder, and then we can get the I don't know, these gaskets are like tight on those dowels. It's alright. We got more. We'll use a fresh OEM one. Let's try that again. There you go. That's on there, that's on there. So, we got our ring set. It's your oil ring, the 2 top and bottom rings for that, and then your 2 compression rings. They give you instructions on where they go, how to set them, so pay attention to that when you do them. First we're going to put the clip in for the wrist pin. Put one in first and then one in when it's on the machine. These things can be a pain, guys. Just take your time. You got to be careful because sometimes they can go freaking flying across the room and you'll never find them again. But just hold it in there good and just try to work it in. Push it, work it, and it'll clip in like so. So we got it, you can see, and just take that little last piece. Boom, that's in there. We'll put a little oil on that after, and a little oil on this. All right, so you can see the arrow right there. Point that forward, and then we will start with the oil ring. Throw that on there. Make sure they don't overlap. Make sure they butt against each other. You may not be able to see that, but you can see the 2 pieces right there against each other. All right, now we're going to take one of these rings. One goes on the bottom, one goes on the top. We'll do the top one first. Actually, I'll do the bottom one first. All right, so there's that one. So we got to make sure this stays there. And then we're gonna move this ring. This ring's gotta go over right about there. That's good. All right, and this one's gonna be kind of the same way, but on this side. So I'll get that one in there. Boom. All right, so there's your oil rings. You can see we have the oil ring, the 2 meet up right in the center. And then we have the bottom oil ring right there, the gap, and the top oil ring right there. Now for the compression rings, these are both marked. These have to go with the letters facing up. You got one that's thicker and one that's thinner. So obviously this one can't fit in there. So this is the top ring. This is the bottom ring, and it'll show you on your directions where to face the gaps. So you can see that top one is right there, probably about maybe 11, maybe 10, 11 o'clock, and then this one is like 3 o'clock. So just get those like that. So this is our bottom one. Make sure, yep. So it's gonna go like that. Right there, that one's in. All right, you can see, so they want the gap right there. Now these kits come all ready to go. You don't have to measure these gaps and fix them. These are ready to bolt up. I've used these for many years. If you've been following along, you see every single build I use the Vertex pistons and Cylinder Works kits with great luck. The only time you don't have good luck is if you get a bunch of crap through your air filter. And we had that happen last year. You guys remember on the new bike, we toasted the top end, smoked 2 of the valves, 2 exhaust valves, just sandblasted the hell out of them with all the dust we had last year. All right, so that's good. So you can see we got 1 ring gap there and 1 there. So it actually shows the top one this way, so I'll change them. It shows the top one on the left and the bottom one on the right, but so we'll just spin them around. And then when you're putting this on, you want to make sure you get those to stay put, which they usually do. It's not a problem. All right, so that's good. So now we can put this on the engine. Get a rag to cover this because you don't want anything falling in here. Do that like so. Put a little oil in there. Spread it around. You can put a little oil on this wrist pin too. You can start it on here. Alright, and then once it's through, you can line it up and pop it in. Just like that. You can see it's all the way in. Now we got to get this other clip on. I need a rag. Get this other start clip on. This is the one where you want to be careful because this one can go flying. You don't want it to go flying in the engine. So hopefully you guys are going to be able to see this while I do it. Got the camera on the old chest mount today, trying something a little new versus the old tripod. Could be a better view, we'll have to see. Alright, so you're going to start with the bottom. Hold it down good and just pry it in like we did on the top. I like to do about half of it. And then you come back and do the rest. You see I got that in there. And then hopefully I can just go like that. Boom. So that's in there. Just make sure you double check these, make sure they are all the way in because you would not want one of these to fly out. You would be in big trouble. Alright, so that's that. So now we can go ahead and put our cylinder on. What I'm going to do is I like to just kind of put the timing chain like that. We will take our little hook and grab it after. It makes it easier. So we're going to make sure this thing is clean and we're going to oil it up. It'll make the process of going on a little easier. We'll put a little oil in there. I'm missing a couple of bolts to this thing too, I noticed. I'm going to find my my head bolts too. I have those somewhere. Alright, so this is I'm going to take my gloves off because what happens with rubber gloves sometimes is they will get stuck in the rings. So you don't want that. So we'll take those off and we'll do this with our old hands. So basically, there's really no trick to this. You gotta kind of just try to compress the rings, and then I like to start on the back and then work my way forward and then down evenly. So you kind of get it like this, work that thing on the back, squeeze them together. If I can get this down. All right, here we go. So I kind of push it on the back ring first, give me some leverage, and then I try to just squeeze all the rings evenly together. Do not turn it, just push down, just like that, all right? So that's down, so we can actually grab our timing chain. Nope. Make sure the gasket's in place, so now we can just slide this down. Alright. And then what we will do is we will first put on our, I'm going to put this bolt on first, just to hold it, and I'm going to actually crank this thing over just to make sure the rings look good and nothing is out of place. We'll give it a couple of spins. Just snug is fine. So what you're going to want to do, we'll also make sure it's that top dead center too, which it should have been, not now because we pushed it down, but I just like to give this thing a couple cranks to make sure I'm not getting any kind of binding or scratching. And that looks pretty good. We'll double check our marks right there. I just went past it right there, so that's top dead center. All right, now we can put the dowels in for the cylinder head. I like to put a little oil in these too. Put nevices too. Just sometimes these things get stuck in here, but a little oil helps. Like that. We'll get our gasket. We're going to put a zip tie on the timing chain. That'll help us to grab it and pull it through. Like that. We can put our other, well, we have to put our other timing chain guide in right here. This guy. Make sure it's clean. It's a little dusty. Like that. Get our gasket, freshen gasket right here. Pop that on there. Like so. And then we get our cylinder head. We have to take the cams out of it though first. Take care of that quickly. Do not lose your retainers. So this is a web cam, you can see, from B&R. Pretty cool. His other head had a custom stage 2 hot cam, so it'll definitely be interesting to see. I asked him for, to give me a little more power, give me a little more zip out of this thing. So he did I want to say he did a little more of an aggressive port job. And then he gave me a more aggressive cam. So hopefully this thing friggin' rips. All right, so that's that. Put that on there like so. Oh, I always put like a screwdriver, but I don't have one. I'll do that for now. We'll cut that off. We'll get a screwdriver to hold our timing chain in place while we get some of the bolts over there and lock it down. I don't think he... Oh, there's a plug in there too. I gotta take the plug out. We'll take the plug out once we get this down. So I'm missing these. I need to find those bolts. Yep, that's them. So we'll pop these down. We won't tighten these just yet. And we need our head bolts. So I'm gonna go find some head bolts. Actually, this one's a little clean. This one on the inside. That one on the outside. Alright, so we now need a 14 millimeter of those, which is right here. We will pop these down. I'm just going to use the drill, and we'll torque them after. Just get these kind of snug, like that. So we can get our torque wrench. Now we'll see how this works. You guys can see I got this awesome stand from BGR, my buddy Brian Gaffredo. I clamped it down, so hopefully that's going to give me some leverage, and I can crank this down with two hands. It should be easier. I think that'll work. All right, so we got 28. We're going to start with 28 foot-pounds. So that's 30, that's 30 right there, so 28 right there. Let me see. Yep, that's 20. There's 8. So crank that in. That's good. All right, we're just gonna do a crisscross pattern. We're gonna start with that one, go to that one, and then same thing. So let's try to get this thing to oh, there we go. That wasn't so bad. I have to move this. Boom. Bang. We'll see when we got to do our final torque if the clamps are gonna hold it. I may have to use the old two hands on it. We'll see. All right, so then we're gonna loosen it up. It's kind of a funny sequence, but that's Yamaha, you know. We'll loosen them up, and then we are going to go to 14 foot-pounds. Alright, so we're at 28, so there's 20, and there's 14. Alright, so start again. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. Alright. You can crank this up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mark the bolts. I'm going to mark the bolts basically on the inside of each bolt, and then we're going to turn them all. We're going to do 90 and then another 90. We're just going to basically bring that mark on the outside of the head on each bolt. Same type of pattern, crisscross. So that's our final torquing pattern. I just got to find a freaking marker, which I don't think I have one. I'm going to have to go grab one. Alright, we got our marker. So we'll basically mark these like this inside. We'll do this one on the inside, like that. And then these outer ones right there inside. And the last one right there. So basically we're going to turn these 90 degrees and then another 90 to bring that mark on the outside, and then that's done. All right, let's see if this if these clamps are going to hold this. I don't know if they will. Let's see. I may. That's almost oh, so that's good. That's about half. More. Alright, that's not bad, not bad. It's holding so far. It's half. With this last one. Yep, alright, now we can do the last one. So you can see my mark is right there. We need to bring it facing out. Oh, that's good right there. Perfect. See it? See it, guys? So that's what you want on all of them. This thing's holding. I'm actually pretty surprised, but those clamps work good. If I get another steel one, you can see I got one really strong one, then I got two of these, but I mean it's holding, so can't complain. All right, two more. Good. And we just got this one. Oh, right there's good. Alright, so I'll let you guys see them all. They're all on the outside. So now what we're going to do, we need to remove the spark plug. It'll just be easier to turn over the engine because we are going to have to check timing once we get this done. So we will remove this for our screwdriver. This will work better. Right there. Take this guy out. Nice new shiny plug. Look at that. All right. So we can start with the exhaust cam. We'll just double check, make sure our timing mark is good. I like to put that's there. This is at top dead center. Make sure. Yep, that's still good. All right. So now we will start with the exhaust cam. Get that timed. Get rid of that. So you want to pull the chain tight on the outside. You got your two timing marks. You can see you have, actually you're only going to go by the one, but it's got this one, which is what you want with parallel with the top of the head. So you can see right there my dot lobes facing out, which they are, so that's good. And then we can grab the intake cam. Same thing, we got lobes facing out. That's our timing mark right there. You can see the dot, so you want to line that up parallel with the top of the head. Parallel with that, nice straight line right across, and you are good. Try to get this thing. Oh, I gotta go down like 2 teeth. Try that. That looks good. You can see dot, dot, lobes out. Timing mark is good, so I'm gonna send it right there, and then we will give this thing a couple cranks and check it. So we got our retainer clips. You want to make sure you put those in. All right, then we can get the cam caps. What's going on with this thing? Oh, there we go. There's one. There's two. And we'll tighten these up just gently with the impact gun, just because I don't feel like turning them by hand forever. So we'll just go nice and easy. Crisscross pattern. These will be torqued to 85 inch-pounds. Alright, that's good. Get our torque wrench. This should be already set because I only use it for this pretty much. 85, you can see 85. So let's go. We're gonna start right here. There's one. There's two. There's three. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, now we're gonna do our timing chain adjuster. Get that in there. We got a new fresh gasket for it. Hopefully this is open. Nope. So we're gonna have to open up that bolt. That will give you access to the little adjuster. There we go. So basically you're gonna take a tiny flathead screwdriver, you're gonna shove it in here, it'll lock in, kind of hold it and just turn it. It'll retract. You guys can see. You put your gasket on there. Got a nice fresh gasket right here. Now this thing has an up. See, up. So you want to make sure that faces up. And then there are 2 bolts. One with an O-ring, one without an O-ring, which I'm missing both of them. Where the hell are they? Alright, let me find those bolts. I got plenty of those around, so I gotta find those quickly. The one with the O-ring will go on the inside. You can see right there. Get it started. The non-O-ring on the outside, like that. Alright. Once it's tight, we will release the timing chain adjuster. You kind of put the screwdriver back in there, you just turn it counterclockwise, it'll spring back, you'll feel it. And then we will give this thing, oh, we also have to do this first. Let's tighten this up. We'll also got to tighten the bottom one. Alright, now we can crank this thing over a little bit. That is pretty good. We'll just check again, we'll check our timing, make sure it still looks good. There's top dead center. Everything looks good. My 2 marks, lobes out, piston all the way up. I say that is it. Now we need a new, I think I should have a new valve cover gasket. I hope, I may not. I may not. Those you can reuse, I'll reuse that one for now. And then maybe I'll replace it because I gotta get a couple things for the other engine build. So I'll put this one on for now, and then I'll replace it after. Alright, the other thing you want to do is you want to put this timing cap right back on there. 10 millimeters, tighten that up. Like that. And then the valve cover. Pop the valve cover on. Just cleaning, it's not dusty. Dirt in there. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to put a little oil in here. couple more turns too. Alright, make sure that's on all the way. Looks good. Tighten down these two top Allen heads. Bam, bam, bam. All right, that is a wrap. We are going to use, I think we have them. We should have two new GYTR timing caps. Oh, right here, check it out. I'm gonna pop these on. These ones, guys, these are the stock ones. They're absolutely garbage. This one especially can pop out while you're riding, so that's not good. And then they can strip out very, very easy because they're plastic. So these are aluminum, much better quality. They won't strip out, they won't fall out. Definitely worth the money, I think. I've been running these for a while. And then we need to just do, we have oil plugs. We're gonna do the magnetic oil plugs after. I may have those around, I may not, I don't know. I have so much crap, it's crazy. Just gotta find everything, go through it. We can order those later if we have to. Make sure you change the O-rings. Take them off the old caps. Clean them up a little bit. Find the correct Allen size bolt for these things. It's a big one, the big one. Right there's one. And this one. That one? No, bigger. Nope, right here. Alright, pop these bad boys in. Gives it a nice look too. They got red ones, but I like the blue ones. I'll have to get a new chain and sprocket for this thing. I gotta get that stuff. Alright, and that's that. This engine is a wrap. We do need a clutch, like I said, so we will order that soon and we'll pop that in. I probably will do a video of that. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see a real-time clutch install, I can do that. It's gonna be the Recluse Z-Stop Pro, like I always use. You probably have seen it before. I've done it before, but if you want to see a real-time video on that, just drop in the comments. Let me know. I can do it. It'll be quick, maybe 15-20 minutes. It's pretty. It's a pretty nice clutch setup. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure and like this video. That helps me out a ton. Drop some comments, like I said, and if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. And we will see you guys on the next one. All right, peace out.